Bladed Articles.
Hello, and you know what it is already. This is Bladed Articles, and welcome to the channel. And today we have got a giant mouth Ace Clyde Brath. And this was kindly sent into the channel by Jack over at Spratley Copperworks. So thank you very much for that, bud. I really appreciate you sending that over. I have absolutely loved using this bad boy. So just a brief overview of the box. Nothing too special, just cardboard colour, cardboard as it is. And yeah, just giant mouse on there pretty much everywhere. And their logo. So without further ado, let's see what's inside. So you get a padded baggie. It's a ribbed one. Ooh, look at that! Ribbed for not for pleasure. No, for packaging purposes. Okay, and then we've got a zip. Well, not a ziplock, but a an airtight baggie. Let's call it. And you've got your knife here. Ta-da! And you also get a do not eat in there as well, which is awesome. And here is the paperwork. Giant mouth. There we go. Hashtag giant mouse knives. And then you've got a little bit of that. Let me just hold that there. And feel free to pause that and have a read if you wish to do so. But I did not purchase it. It is a loan from a friend. So, now let's get this crud out of the way and let's take a cheeky look at the knife. That's what you came here for. And I'll find a place for that. Right, here we go. Here is the giant mouse Ace Clyde in brass. Now, when I got it, obviously it had patina because Jack had been using it. And I gave it a quick once over with some polish and it came out gleaming. Absolutely gleaming. Now, as with brass and copper, it is going to patina, so if you do not like patina, this is probably not going to be the scale for you. They do it in a few other scales, so I'd probably recommend going for one of the other scales if you don't like this dull effect when it gets used. I mean, I really quite like it, and you can just polish it up afterwards. It is not an issue. Just take the pocket clip up, give it a little buff down. It does take a little while depending on your compound and what you use to obviously polish it with. And also, just a side note, it does get stuck in the pivots, or well, in the screw heads, which is what I noticed. I do need to clean them out before I send them back to Jack. But yeah, that was just something I just quickly noticed. Right, so the price is coming in around about £180 ish, depending on where you get it from. Giant Mouse Direct or Knives and Tools, etc, etc. So around about that ballpark, brand new that is. And obviously the colour and scales is a brass, and it adds a fair bit of weight to it, I'm not going to lie. And they look really small, these scales, but when you hold it, they are quite, it just feels thick in the hand. It feels nice. It feels a lot better than I thought it ever would. If just looking at it like that, I've seen a lot of pictures of this, and I obviously I really wanted to try it because I just didn't know what it was going to be like. And I don't particularly like the blade shape, if I'm honest. It's just, yeah, that's just me. I just don't like the blade shape, but it actually works really well. So now I'm kind of like you know, it's a toss-up between functionality and aesthetics, and to be honest, it works really well how it is, so I don't see any point in changing how it is. So that was just my view on the aesthetics, kind of, as it were. So the carry style is just, unfortunately, tip up right-handed only. You cannot swap that over on any other location. You do, however, get a lanyard hole in there. I haven't used it. It's just been sat in my caddy. However, that looks like it will take a good 2, maybe 3 pieces of paracord on there. So happy days on that front. You do get a small bit of jimping at the top here. Again, it is in that awkward place where it doesn't really do anything, in my opinion. I don't know why they put it there. This is just my opinion, but you can get a little bit when you really give it some effort and squeeze down, but I have, yeah, it's just kind of useless in my opinion, that jimping, if I'm being completely honest, and that's what this channel's about. I don't like it. There's no point in it. I'd rather it were down the blade, down the spine a little bit more, on there, round about there. That'd be absolutely perfect for me, so I can actually get some grip on it. But that's just my personal opinion. And the blade is coming in at M390 still, and obviously if you saw my last video with the Who knives, then that was M390 as well, and that has been absolutely sterling since. And well, considering I never sharpened this when Jack gave it to me, it has been a trooper, and I believe it will still be shaving sharp, but stay tuned for later on in the video when we will have a look and see if that is still indeed shaving sharp. So the blade itself has been through cardboard, it's been through a bit plastic actually this week. We've had some carpet, we've had foam, we've had lots of velcro and, you know, the hook and loop stuff, shit tons of that, shit tons of cardboard and packaging, more plastic, food there, because we're having lots of work done at work at the minute, so it has really gone through a lot basically, this one, more than I would say most of my other knives have been through. So this will be a test to see how it has held up for more than what it usually does throughout the entire week working with me. So onto the centering, we will just give that a cheeky look. Ooh, yeah, we're still good, all smack bang in the middle. That doesn't even look off a thousandth of an inch. Not that I can see it with my goggly eyes, but I'm going to try and be professional here and say that is absolutely dead on, I would say. So the locking mechanism is a liner lock, and they are recessed into the actual brass itself, which is pretty darn sweet. Just seeing if you can see that a little bit there. There we go, that's a bit of a better image without opening the knife up. Now let's get on to the length and see how long the actual cutting edge is. I'll get my trusty oversized ruler out, that I don't know how accurate it is, but it looks accurate, so we'll go with it. And seeing how far away I can get. So cutting edge, you are looking at 7.5, I would call that 7.5 centimeters. Overall, point to point, you are looking at 17.6, I would say, 17.6 centimeters. And then on the closed formation, we are looking at, again, point to point. Let me get it there. There we go. That looks, ooh, dead on 10 centimeters point to point. That is quite a feat to have a dead on round number. We like round numbers. Sweet. Oh, that was what I forgot to say. The action on this, because usually I am a big fan of having a double lug, and honestly, just Spidey flick absolutely fucking everything. But this has really nice action for a single lug as well. You can get enough pressure on the build up to flick it open, and you don't even need to use that much pressure. That's what's amazing about this. You can literally see that was barely anything, and that was 90 degrees out already. It is so light, it is so smooth, absolutely beautiful action, and it has not skipped a heartbeat at all. It's a very fidgety knife as well. However, the stud is somewhat comfortable. However, it does grind on your thumb a little bit, as you would when you're fidgeting with most knives anyway, and you use the same spot over and over and over and over and over again. But yeah, super fidgety, super lovely action, and it's absolutely awesome. I've been doing that all the time. So when we get it again, there we go. So that is the action on there for you. And we'll just have a look at the screw size, and I think the pivot, we'll go for an 8. We'll see what we got. we'll have a look. See, ooh, 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 yeah, that's a little bit loose there, as you saw it turn, but that is definitely an 8 on the pivot, and it's capped. Okay, that's cool. So you only need 1 on the pivot. I like it. I like it a lot. GM, very nice, very nice. So I'm gonna say a T6 for these two here, just because they look weenie. Oh yeah, perfect fit. And is that another one? That is another perfect fit. We are on a rock and roller today, aren't we? All right, and I'm assuming these two are the same as well. Yep. And yes. Now that one looks a bit bigger for the pocket, so I'm going to go back to our T8, and I reckon that is a T8. Look at that. Very nice. There we have it. That is the screw sizes. And now for the part of the video where you get to see me bald on the arm, not on the head. And we will see what we've got here. We've got a little bit of hair. We've got some growing back, because I do apologise about being away. However, I had the flu and I couldn't really help that, so I do apologise. Let's see if we are shaving sharp. Oh, I can't see anything. Maybe this does need a little strop. I may be wrong. Like I said, this has had a hard week, and I'm just going real light here. A little bit sharp, a little bit harder, sorry. No, we are just taking up skin, unfortunately. So this one needs a strop and possibly even a sharpen. I can do that for you, Jack. Just hit me up. That is not a problem before I send it back to you. Or you can do it yourself. It is not a problem at all. No, not a single hair. That is just giving me some nice scratch marks. So unfortunately that is not shaving sharp, but like I said, this has been in use with Jack, and also it has had a super tough week with me as well. So although it's M390, it is not gonna stay sharp forever. There is going to be a point where you will need to sharpen it or strop it, or both in actual fact, and I think it's come to this case where I'd probably strop it first, see what it comes up with, and then I'll give it a sharpen after, in probably about a week's time roughly. But there we have it. That is yeah, a bit of a sad one today on the channel, unfortunately, but hey ho, you can't win them all, can you? Right, so I'm just going to get a few knives for a size comparison. If I have more than one, which I don't think I do. I think I've just got the one on me. How strange. How strange. I've just got the V1, so apologies if you haven't got anything but a V1. Then yeah, that's a really shit size comparison, so I do apologise in advance for that. If I could pause the video and go get another knife, I would. Oh, actually, I see one glistening at me in the corner of my eye. We have got this old school that sits in the garage because it's not very good. So it's just used as a beater. I think there's the Boca Plus Blue Dot, I think it is. So just lining those up there. Hopefully you would have seen one of these. If you have one of these, I'm sorry that you have one of these, but at least you can size comparison against it, or know somebody that does. So do apologise again, and hopefully this has helped you out. And if you did like or want to know anything else about this video or this particular blade, please hit me up in the comments below or on the socials. It is not a problem at all. I am usually around 99.9% of the time, apart from when I'm asleep. So there we have it. That is the Giant Mouse Ace Clyde, and it is a wonderful knife. Price point 183. Potato. I mean, it is a giant mouse, and it is manufactured in what was it? Mateo did say Maniago. I think that's how you pronounce it. Maniago. I think I've probably butchered it again. Maniago, Italy. So it is top quality, top notch manufacturing going on there. So I do not doubt that one bit. However, 180 quid. I mean, it's brass. You get you're really just paying for the M390 and the design. I feel anyway, but this isn't like anything on the market as far as I'm aware. This absolute blade shape, this scale type, it just rocks together really quite well. It's an oddball, but I like it. So 180 quid, I probably would, now that I've used it. I'd probably spend that cash if I had it and I really wanted it. But there are price points that you need to limit yourself to if, you know, materials, use, so many points to make when buying a knife. However, if you feel like you want one of these, I feel like you will not be disappointed, in my personal opinion. And I think 180 quid isn't extortionate. However, it is brass at the end of the day. Maybe if it was titanium, probably wouldn't mind it for that price. But yeah, potato, I suppose. But yeah, that is all she wrote for the GM Ace Clyde. So thank you very much, Spratley, for sending that over. Really appreciate that, dude. And there we have it. Stay happy, stay safe, stay shaving sharp.